What's going on, YouTube? Thank you everybody for the warm reception. You know what I'm saying, positive feedback on my first video. This time I'm actually going to give y'all actual lyrics, you know what I'm saying, and on some real stuff too, like real topics. This isn't giggity punchline, but it will be a nice little rhyme scheme for you to get on. But hopefully you get the message. I wasn't gonna play a beat. I'm not even gonna play a beat because I actually want people to hear this. So stick around. Hey yo, imagine a soldier in Iraq and he knows that any minute he could be attacked and it's over. Pitch black, a mortar impact and explosion, and it's all for this flag and this patch on his shoulder. He could be sent back in a casket of coma. In fact, he sits back and he actually hopes it happens. The kid cracks, snaps for a moment. Then he looks down an alley as a shadow approaches. He opens fire before he actually focuses. Emotions are going wild and he couldn't control them. He just continues squeezing his trigger and screaming until his magazine is empty. Now he's digging and reaching for the next clip and he won't listen to reason. His blood's pumping, his chest is beating. Then he hears a voice. But by the time that it reached him, it was too late. He realized it was English they were speaking. Another day, another soldier dies, and it's no surprise that soldiers lose their mind and they find it hard to cope at times. The media is quoting lies, and I'm seeing it with open eyes. TV controlling people and think they're keeping hope alive. That's not the truth at all. I don't watch the news no more. I've been to war 5 times and seen how many troops it cost. I seen those families screaming and grieving over troops they lost. You want reality? Put that shit in your news reports. A little food for thought. The politicians masked the subject. I asked the public who really hid the mass destruction. Wars costing more and more. Digging in the national budget. If you're poor, but the rich getting tax reductions. It's why I'm pissed at authority figures. They're making decisions for the majority, but ignoring their listeners. Using appointed positions, they're avoiding petitions, they're starting wars, but in short, their priorities twisted. Let's explore for a minute a few forms of offenses. We went to war under pretenses. We would form an offensive storm against a terrorist force, so they sent us and invented stories of nuclear bombs as a source of attention. So we drove forward because I swore to defend this flag, and I damn well had every form and intention of performing that mission. But more important to mention, there wasn't one nuke hidden, found, or stored in existence. So I ask you, what form, what sort of logistics would benefit from a war with the richest soil and business? Boils to this: we did it for oil infringement and some sweet revenge for daddy's little boy and his sickening. And they'll judge me because we're so quick to judge from the moment that our day begins. Everything we encounter must have a label we can place it in. Our brain is then entangled in what they've taught us and they've trained us in. We're a product of how we're brought up, man. We're caught up in that matrix shit. And I'm not a left wing or a right wing. No, I'm a patriot. And though I don't subscribe to the Bible, I'm not an atheist. So no matter what side your bias decides to try to sway me in, it lies within my nature just to say the shit the way it is. And with every statement I make, I see the facial twitch. And I'm open to debate, but that bait, they're not taking it. And lately it just makes me sick. A lot of people will take this the wrong way, but I'm still going to state the shit. War on terrorism is the most misleading directive. I mean, really, cut off your TV and let's think for a second. What is terrorism? It will not concede to your presence. It is not a human being that we can defeat with a weapon. To think so is reckless. It's a belief that's injected, deeply embedded through an ideal that's deemed as accepted, and certainly not limited to any people or ethnic gene pool selected that we can weed through in reference to see who's infected. But yet they feed you this message, and you buy it. Or else society perceives you aggressive and will scream in your presence if you proceed to address it. They're so desperate, people just want to believe they're protected. Just agree to accept it, because any theme that rejects it is seemingly met with ignorance and repeatedly threatened. You get your Facebook spammed with 1 million memes in a second, half of which are so irrelevant they won't leave an impression. And this is what I'm doing right now, leaving an impression. Anyway, I'm not going to continue on I'm ranting now, so yeah, if you want to hear more, you know what I'm saying, or if you want me to back the hell away from politics and all this stuff like that, just let me know and I'll let that go. I'll go back to my other stuff. But thanks for hanging around. You know what I'm saying, if you like it, hit like, subscribe, leave a comment. If you don't like it, tell me I suck. Subscribe, leave a hate comment. All right, thanks y'all.